is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Yo, what up? Happy Monday. It is the Jason Walker Show here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, and hope you had a great Easter weekend. Of course, it snowed, which that's what it does on Easter in Montana. And you remember on Friday we talked about Montana invented the coloring of Easter eggs for Easter egg hunts because you couldn't find them in the snow. So, and again, I don't know if that's a true story or not, but we're going to run with it. I think we should make it happen. Jason Walker Show, big show coming up today. We got a big week coming up today as well, and like we do every week. Tomorrow, we're going to be joined by legendary Legion baseball extraordinaire. He's done it all with the Helena Senators. Keith Sell will join us tomorrow from his home in Arizona. Wednesday, we're going to talk some golf, or lack thereof, with Golf Channel's Chantel McCabe. And we got an author coming up on Thursday as well. And who knows what else we'll throw in there. You can follow us on Facebook.com/The Jason Walker Show. YouTube, watch live as well on Facebook. Tweet us anytime at JWalkerSports. Follow and listen on TreasureStateRadio.com. Also Podbean, Network One Sports. And email us, JasonWalkerSports@gmail.com. And of course, you can always go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Jordan Hansen's going to join us today from 406mtsports.com. Going to get his thoughts on Jay Jagielski stepping down as the head boys coach at Missoula Sentinel. So this leaves now, I think, two girls and two boys coaches in the AA looking for jobs. Well, teams are looking for coaches now after Eric Peterson resigned, Ross Gustafson resigned, and also someone else that I'm forgetting at the top of my head. But anyway, there has been a bunch, and it's interesting. And I don't know if it's something we should look at further because, we're losing refs and now we're losing coaches. And coaches are saying, and I agree with all these coaches, by the way, they're all young. They have young families. They want to spend more time with their family. And I think the day and age we're at right now is making maybe a lot of coaches step back and go, do I want to spend more time with family, not knowing, what's in the future? So we'll talk to Jordan Hansen about that. He also wrote a great story last week about spring athletes and even football or fall sports athletes not sticking to a regimented workout grind right now. You don't have to do it. And he'll talk to us about his article. Also coming up, your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. We got a little chat about the XFL on this day in history and the walk-off, all to come here on the Jason Walker Show. All right. Hope you had a great weekend, like I said. And, yeah, it made it tough with the stay-at-home and all that. We've been doing this for, about a month now? So I got to ask you, I've got an almost 2-year-old. And I get to hang out with her from early morning till about 2:30 when I start coming into to the Major Mortgage Man Cave to prepare for the show. And we've watched a lot of Disney Plus. Because we cut the cable cord back in January, before all this even happened with the COVID-19. So we've been watching a lot of Disney Plus, because that's A, what the wife likes, and B, the child is getting into it as well. Over the last month, I have watched Frozen, Frozen 2, and Lilo and Stitch probably more than I've ever watched any other movies. And that includes two of my all-time favorites, Major League and Bull Durham. We used to watch those before almost every baseball game back in Legion days, back in the 90s. So, what movies are you tired of watching? You have kids, you're hanging at home. What movies are you tired of watching? For me, I can't say I'm super tired of Frozen and Frozen 2. It took me about 15 watches over the course of different days to figure out exactly what happens in Frozen 2 and what it's about. She doesn't want to watch anything else. And I've tried to get her to watch like Lady and the Tramp. Nope, no going. And she likes dogs. No going. She thinks Stitch from Lilo and Stitch is a puppy. But we can't watch Lady and the Tramp. I tried to get her to watch some of the like Earth, Planet Earth, Our Planet shows because she loves animals. Not into those. It's Frozen, Frozen 2, and Lilo and Stitch. And I can probably recite most of the songs now. And I got to tell you, as a dad, that Let It Go, a much better song than Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. And I don't think you can debate me on that. I think Let It Go was better than Into the Unknown. If you've seen Frozen 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was supposed to be the song from Frozen 2. It's a good movie, but I think Frozen 1 is better. You can disagree with me. You can tweet me at JWalkerSports. You can Facebook us anytime as well. But I think Frozen soundtrack is better than Frozen 2. And after hearing it so many times over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'm fully convinced Frozen's a better soundtrack. I'm not a big fan of Idina Menzel singing, though. We argue all the time here in the house because I'm not a fan of her singing. Like when she goes super high, like it just sounds like she's off pitch. But I know she's not. She's a hell of a singer, but I don't know. I just can't do it. Anyway. So those are basically what I've watched over the last month. What have you watched? I want your Facebooks, tweets. You can email. What movies are you watching? What are you tired of watching with the kids? And what would you like to watch? I started House again, the House TV series from back in the day. I'm on season 7. Get an episode or 2 in a night after the little one goes to bed. So House. I need to watch. I'm thinking Ozark is next. I've heard a lot of great things about this Ozark show. And you're going to be surprised. I didn't watch Tiger King. I did not watch Tiger King. And I'm not sure if I should. But definitely want to start Ozark soon. So, all right, enough of the movie chat for now. I saw this today. The University of Montana, President Seth Bodnar announced the school is going to furlough 63 employees until August 1st in an email to around the campus today. And the furloughs will impact employees in auxiliary operations that, quote, depend largely on students being physically present on campus, end quote. President Bodnar wrote he anticipates those furloughs are temporary and school will begin in person again in the fall. And we'll see. He also wrote that he's donating 25% of his salary to the university, and other top administrators are choosing to donate portions of their salaries as well. Which brings me to the next story, which is I saw this today that Washington State coaches announced, Nick Rolovich, football coach, AD Pat Chung, men's basketball coach Kyle Smith, and President Kirk Schultz all taking a 5% pay cut through the upcoming school year, and all coaches foregoing bonuses for the next academic year as well. Brenna Green, who's a great friend of the show, and the sports director out at KREM 2 News in Spokane did the breakdown. Here's the math. Nick Rolovich makes $3 million a year. His pay cut for 5% is $150,000. That seems significant. Kyle Smith, the men's basketball coach, makes $1.4 million a year. His pay cut's about $70,000. Pat Chung, $650,000 a year. His pay cut $32,500, and Kirk Schultz makes $625,000. His pay cut $31.25, or $31,250. So, I mean, it's significant, but it's just crazy when you look at how much money in sports in college there is. Nick Rolovich, who hasn't coached a game at Washington State yet, is going to make $3 million minus $150,000 for the next year. And we got people losing their jobs left and right in this country. I'm sure some high school basketball coaches across the state would like to make a pay cut of one of those coaches, even $31,000. It's nuts. Okay, saw that. I want your nominations for the Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. They can be from your family, they can be from your friends, they can be from whomever you choose. Get them in, and we'll go from there. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about the XFL a little bit, and we have On This Day in History coming up, and also the walk-off, a whole lot more. Jordan Hansen's going to join us from 406mtsports.com. And if you have not yet become a member at Green Meadow Country Club, you need to. You need to get signed up, give them a call, tell them you heard it or saw it on the Jason Walker Show, and become a member. And you're going to get fantastic golf, okay? Not only that, but when all this goes away, the social distancing, the golf league is fantastic for the men. You also have great food, annual or monthly events, and also great annual tournaments. Green Meadow Country Club, get a hold of them, and the food is amazing, I'm telling you, because I tell you this every day. So Green Meadow Country Club, become a member, and we'll get out golfing very, very soon, you and I together, okay? Tell them Jason sent you, or you heard it on the Jason Walker Show, all right? We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to chat with Jordan Hansen of 406mtsports.com. Get his thoughts on Jay Jagielski stepping down at Sentinel, and also his thoughts on keeping up the grind during the offseason, or now when you're at stay-at-home. We're coming right back, Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. During this time of uncertainty and stay-at-home orders, Dinners Done Right wants to remind you that they're still open. Just go to dinnersdoneright.com, place your order, and then pick it up for dinner that night, or plan ahead and order for the weekend. It's easy. Visit dinnersdoneright.com, register, pick your meals, then pick them up, or stop in and grab meals out of the front freezer. Dinners Done Right's taking extra precautions with extra cleanings going on with every piece of equipment and personnel. Dinners Done Right thanks you for your continued support, and may we all stay safe and healthy during this time. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
I'm done with this.
Thinking about trying something new? The Montana Air National Guard has so many exciting career fields to choose from, many that can open up opportunities in your civilian life. The best part? You'll be getting paid to learn a new trade skill right here at home. What are you waiting for? Let's get you in school and get you paid. Contact Leak Fecto at 406-788-8962.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back on a Monday. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. I like this song. I don't know if we played this one yet. Cool. Here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, still to come, National Scrabble Day. We'll have your On This Day in History. I'm digging this tune. It's taking me out of my mojo right now. All right, I'll stop playing it. Okay. Also, see, I told you the song was good. What else are we going to talk? We're going to talk about something else. Anyway, I want to bring in my first guest, though, on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. He is a great writer, and we had him on the show about a month ago, and all of this stuff first started happening. His name is Jordan Hansen, and he's a reporter at the Missoulian, and he joins us here on the Jason Walker Show. How are you, my man?
Good, dude. It's great to be on here and great to be back. I appreciate you bringing me on.
Well, you know, it's weird because I want to know what you've been doing in the last month with no sports.
That's an interesting question. It's mostly just been working from home and trying to work the phones and coming up with some columns and doing some new stuff on the side. And I've got really hardcore into running, so I've just been going on the trails and finding new trails and stuff to do in Missoula. So that's kind of been my quarantine, I guess you'd say, so far. So that and a little bit of beer and wine at night. I'll definitely miss that too.
Nice. I like that. Jordan Hansen, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right. First question is, what movie are you tired of watching for the quarantine?
Oh, that's a tough one. I definitely watched Ocean's 11 like 3 times already, but like I'm not entirely sure I could ever get tired of that one. What else did I watch? I got halfway through Jurassic Park the other day too, and then I fell asleep, and I was thinking about maybe finish it today, but no, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go all the way through on that one.
So you've never seen Jurassic Park through all the way?
Oh no, I've seen it a bunch of times. It was just like one of those things where you just fall asleep, and I'm just like, yeah, there's 30 minutes of the movie. I've seen it enough times that I know how it is. So.
Well, you don't have a kid, so like I got an almost 2-year-old, and we've watched a lot of Frozen and Frozen 2 over the last month. So, but I will tell you, when you watch both, Frozen has the better soundtrack than Frozen 2 does. So
really,
yeah. So just for a little bit of knowledge, have you gotten into any series? Because I heard Ozark is like the one to watch.
People really love Ozark. I just finished up Lucifer. It's kind of a I don't know if you guys have ever listened or watched it, but it's just basically like a procedural sort of drama that's pretty good. And I'm always one of those people that go back and watch The Office and Parks and Rec occasionally too. So
okay, yeah, because I went back and started watching House again.
Oh, there you go.
See, the problem with that is you self-diagnose yourself. Like, oh, I have all these diseases now, but I don't have COVID-19. So,
see, that's a big.
Which is that's a big. I'm told that's Jordan Hansen joining us. All right, so the reason I brought you on is not just to talk about TV shows and movies, but Jay Jagielski stepping down at Sentinel, and it's kind of a shock and a surprise because now it's 4 AA coaches that have resigned since the end of the year.
Well, and I've heard that there might be a couple others on the way too. It's definitely been a strange start to the off season for a lot of these teams. And Jagielski really did when I got that tip yesterday, I was very surprised. I did not think that he was going to step down, especially with a Sentinel team that should compete for a state title next year. I mean, Alex Germer and Tony Furlich-Fair are both, kids that are going to play a high level of basketball somewhere. And, that their team's more than that too. I mean, they've got some really good, kids, Hayden Cole coming back and, TJ Roush too, I believe, and it was just, one of those things where he just wanted to, he said that he just wanted to spend more time with his family. He's got an 8-year-old and he's got a younger boy as well, and they're both kind of getting into basketball a little bit. So, it was one of those things where, he at least this he said is that, he wants to, step away, but, you always wonder if there's, parents and, things going along, behind the scenes there too. But yeah.
It's very interesting because that has been the common, not excuse, but the common phrase. And I tend to agree with these coaches because they're relatively young in age and they have young families. And we're starting to see, Ross Gustafson and Jay Jagielski and also Eric Peterson, they have younger families. They want to spend more time with family. How much do you think the last month has played into those decisions, or if at all?
That's actually a good point. I didn't really think about that, but when you really have the chance to spend some really good time with your family, and you start to like, and that was another thing too. He's like, I'm just missing a lot of moments. I'm just missing a lot of them growing up, and I'm sure that the past month or so, being home with them and Olivia, and just being around, and I'm sure that's been a huge thing for him, and And it's a thing where he's going to continue to teach at the school as well. So it's not like he's like leaving the community or leaving anything like that. It's just he just really just felt that this might just be a time that he can step away for a while, and he left the door open to come back and coaching, and he said that he might even be on the bench at some point. And I'm sure he's still going to be around and stuff like that. But I think it's just a thing where, but anymore. I mean, what we're asking, especially these high level high school coaches to do, and all the off season stuff, all the weekends and stuff, and traveling to Billings or traveling to Flat or Kalispell or wherever for some of these weekends, and sometimes having to stay overnight, places like that really does drag at the time that you do get to spend with your loved ones.
Missoulian sports reporter Jordan Hansen, our guest here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. You brought up a point just now that I mentioned a lot last summer, which is we're not letting kids be kids, and we're not letting coaches have time off because you have to go to camps. You have to have camps yourself. It's just a year-round process, even at the high school level, and I think we're getting a lot of burnout as well. Would you tend to agree with that?
Oh, absolutely, and I think it's across the board with people in athletics. I think it's the same thing with referees. I think it's the same thing with people doing books, doing PAing, doing announcing and stuff like that. It's just it gets to be a grind, and it's especially a grind for these coaches and officials that are constantly having to do that stuff. And again, for Jagielski, he took over a program, and that really it wasn't Missoula Sentinel was pretty down. They were 3-17. His first year 11-9, 9-11. So this is the thing that he really had to put in work, especially those first 4 or 5 years to really put to really get the program some legs. And that takes a lot. That takes a lot out of a person. It wasn't like he was just kind of coming in and the cupboard was full. It was right. He had to restock it himself and go find that talent and, you know, convince kids to come out for basketball that maybe hadn't before. And, you know, and that's always tough, you know, especially, you know, right after football season and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes your best athletes don't always want to go out for basketball. And yeah, and it's just tough. And it's a tough job. And I really respect the coaches that, you know, continue to dedicate themselves to their craft and to their kids.
You know, Jordan, we've seen, you brought it up too with referees, and I mean that they're, you know, they put in a lot of time as well, but they're not coming back because of different reasons. But we're losing coaches, we're losing refs, and we're losing kids too at kind of an alarming rate, especially on the football front. But, you know, are we too reliant on sports as a society?
You know, that's tough. I think when you go back to like this, like the idealized version of like, you know, go like why you go after sports, like for me it was just like, you know, like when I did high school sports, it was just, you know, because I wanted to be around my friends, and, you know, I thought, you know, working out would be kind of cool, and I thought it'd be cool to be on a football team. Like, you know, for me, like, you know, it was just like that's kind of how I approached it. And anymore, you know, especially with like these top level kids, it's a business. I mean, okay, yeah, you gotta go figure out that scholarship. You gotta, you know, be working out constantly. You gotta be, you know, just after every single day, you know. And I really respect the kids that really embrace that and want to be, you know, high level athletes. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I sometimes just feel for these kids that, you know, their parents pushed them so hard so early, and, you know, by the time that they're in high school, when things really do get really fun, you know, they've lost the love of the game, and, you know, they just don't really want to be around it as much anymore. And
go ahead.
Oh yeah, and all I was really going to add is I just think it's tough. I think it's tough.
No, I completely agree with that. And you look at, you know, there's great, you know, kids that just, they stop playing in college. I mean, one of Jagielski's former studs, Sam Bigley, I mean, he was just, he went to Carroll and then Tech, and then he decided he wasn't going to play basketball at all. And, you know, there's a little burnout there, but he wants to focus on academics. I mean, he was one of the better players in the state a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And yeah, and I think it was a little bit of burnout for him too, just from what I heard when I was in Butte and stuff as well. And I'm sure you could go up and down the line and find you know, a lot of those kids that, you know, just, or even if they did get to college, they do college basketball for a year. It's like, man, I've been doing this for, you know, 14 years of my life. I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I think that's an interesting thing to think about a little bit, how we approach sports. And I think maybe, you know, this time right now is, you know, maybe a period for us to be a little bit more reflective about a lot of things, and, you know, maybe how we approach sports can be one of those.
Well, let me ask you that then. Who is on the short list to replace Jagielski? Have you heard?
I have not actually heard anything about that. I would assume that they would probably look inside their coaching staff. I mean, Andy Garland's been around there for a while. You know, Zach Murphy's their JV coach. Kelly Murphy's, you know, their sophomore coach. You know, those guys, you know, probably are in the mix. But to be honest with you, I haven't actually heard anything really on or off the record about how that's going to go down.
Do you go from one Carroll guy to another?
You could.
I mean, there's enough of them. Jordan Hansen joining us from 406mtsports.com, Missoulian sports reporter. All right, you also had an article last week, and I referenced this on my show, and we kind of started talking about it a little bit, but you talk about embracing the grind and how it's okay right now for a lot of these high school athletes to take a break and just relax and don't focus so much on the work and the grind of an off-season workout or even in-season.
Yeah, and really, my thing with that is just, you know, I just saw a couple of tweets that were just, you know, like how are you going to come out of this or whatever else, and yeah, I can understand certain aspects of, you know, kids, you know, that are, you know, still looking for, you know, scholarships or, you know, whatever, you know, or college athletes or whatever, you know, to do that, but I think there's a big, like, you know, you really don't have to, you know, be working out constantly right now. It's a thing where you can take a break and just, you know, understand that this is, you know, kind of a very weird and strange and definitely scary situation for a lot of people. And, you know, and it's okay to have some time to reflect. It's okay to, you know, really figure out, you know, how this online learning, cool stuff is because a lot of these kids have never done distance learning before, especially in high school, and that's tough. To try to learn that and to be able to focus on your academics and stuff like that while you're at home and there's a billion distractions and and it's hard to really get the kind of workouts that you need right now and I really think that there's some coaches that have been fantastic about this, like Craig Medler at Missoula Sentinel. He has been checking in on his athletes all the time, and him and I were talking not too long ago about this, and he's just like, I just want to make sure that these kids are staying right now. I want to make sure that that they don't feel like that they have to go crazy right now, because really, realistically, we're probably not going to have any summer sports, and football is probably going to be pushed back anyway. So it's not like a thing where we really have a season kind of coming up anyway. And I really think it's okay for kids to be kids in general, and especially right now when there's not a state track meet coming, or a state golf meet, or what have you.
Well, let me ask you this, because it's are we going to have spring sports?
Well, that's tough, and I'd be lying if I said I think there's a possibility if we maybe like push things back to the summer, but it's really hard for me to pull my head around that we could have spring sports in the next couple weeks. So I would say no, but this whole thing has been strange, and you never really know what the next turn's going to be.
Well, and with a lot of that, and you mentioned this in your article about the grind, is I go back to, I said this 20 years ago when they switched the volleyball and the basketball seasons for girls in Montana. And I said, or people were saying, because you weren't finding, kids weren't getting scholarships and good volleyball players weren't moving on. But if you're good, people know about you your sophomore, junior year. And yeah, there's some growing done in a senior season. I get that. But for the most part, you're already on a college's radar when you're a junior. And if there's a scholarship to be earned, you're going to earn it, right?
Right. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I think these people that are losing their minds right now about, well, these kids need this next, month of sports. They don't really. A Legion baseball player, maybe, because you do get a little bit stronger, from your junior to senior year. But I just don't think scholarships are going to get lost right now. And are there going to be scholarships? Because are there going to be school, in the fall? That's another question too.
Yeah, no, and that's a great point to bring up. UM furloughed like 63 of their employees today. How many other schools are going to have to gut things for a while, and are those scholarship funds going to get replenished by your big time donors? Are they going to come from those other places where those come from too? And you just got a lot of questions right now, and I don't think that putting yourself through ridiculous workouts and pulling cars and stuff like that. That was the other thing. There's some people just running around pulling cars. What possible good does that do you other than a few views on Twitter? You know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't feel the need for this stuff. And I think it's great to go out and do something appropriately, and do your whole social distancing thing. That's like I was kind of saying before, I've kind of gotten into distance running a little bit, and that's been something that's like helped me a little bit. But that's just, for me, that's just like a personal choice, and I don't think that these coaches trying to force these athletes into doing all these workouts at this point is just just really a good thing. And people are really not even supposed to be together and outside anyway, and you're not really supposed to be like overexerting yourself, because that can hurt your immune system too. So there's like a whole bunch of other things, and I think taking a break probably isn't the worst kind of thing. Right?
I saw the videos of the kids in Billings, and high school and college kids, and they're pulling the cars, and I'm like, A, you're not social distancing because there's two of you at the back end of that car.
Right.
But and I get it. These kids are they're great athletes, and they're good kids and all that. But all right, Jordan Hansen joining us here, Jason Walker Show. If you want to read any of his stuff, 406mtsports.com. You can also find him on the Missoulian.com. All right, so you're a gamer too, right? I mean, you're into this. What did you watch the little bit of the gaming that they had a couple of weeks ago, the 2K deal?
Yeah, I've been into 2K for a while, and like there's there's a couple other games that I've gotten into too, but 2K and Madden and I just got a new one, Call of Duty Warzone too. So just kind of been playing those a little bit.
Okay. So my son, who's in the Army, he left his PS4 at home. What game should I get on that and start playing?
I would definitely get Madden. Madden 20 is so fun.
Okay.
Like it's just it's ridiculously fun. And 2K is definitely fun too, but it can sometimes get a little bit annoying after a while. But Madden's definitely one to get right now. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Warzone. You know, if you're into shooters at all, those are two really fun games as well. That I've been playing a little bit, but like I said, definitely Madden.
Okay. I haven't played any of the Call of Duties, so I'd have to start at the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, you can. You can just pretty much pick up any of those, but they actually just remastered Modern Warfare 2 for the campaign, and that's probably the greatest Call of Duty game of all time. That's probably one of the best story modes in it too. So if you're really looking for something to get after some boredom, that I think it's like $30 on PlayStation Store right now. So that's a good use of the show. $30.
What did you think of ESPN attempt at horse last night?
I'm honestly gonna be truthful here. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I did see JJ Redick's tweet that he got about 10 minutes into it and had to turn it off because it was bad. And I saw a couple other people on Twitter kind of clowning out a little bit too. So and it was just funny because going to ESPN last night, I just put it into the search bar and whatever. Just the first thing was like breaking down the NBA horse whatever, and I was just like, oh god, like is this really where we're at right now?
I know, right? Okay, so tonight on ABC, I think it's on ABC. Dancing with the Stars and Erin Andrews are having like a Disney sing-along. Is that something you'd be into?
I had not heard about that either, but I definitely might have to check that out.
Favorite Disney movie?
Favorite Disney movie? The Lost City of Atlantis.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen that one. I like Bambi. Bambi and the Fox and the Hound are my go-tos.
Bambi's great. Yeah, I love Atlantis. There's Lion King's obviously good. It was funny. My mom actually just got Disney Plus for the family. So
nice.
And Hercules too.
Right. Okay.
The Hercules with James Woods and a couple of other ones.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic movie as well.
Favorite Disney princess?
Probably. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough.
Is it?
Belle's great. I don't know, Jasmine as well. I've always loved Aladdin too. So that's tough. Like there's a lot of great ones.
Princess Jasmine, my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Yep. And I might have to put Queen Elsa up there now.
Just because you've been forced to watch it 25
I think between Frozen and Frozen 2. Oh, and Lilo and Stitch. She's been watching that a lot too lately. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's Disney around this place. Hey man, I appreciate the time. I'd love to catch up down the road. Who knows when we're going to talk about sports? So we'll just keep talking about gaming and movies moving forward, and music maybe next time.
Yeah, sounds good, and maybe I'll actually get good enough to actually talk about some of these games too. So we'll
I look forward to that. Hey, keep up the great writing, man. Enjoy reading you, and it's fun to chat with you each and every time, and look forward to the next time, my man.
Yeah, Jason, I really appreciate it, and always love being on your show, and good luck and stay safe.
All right, you too, man. Jordan Hansen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. You can find him at 406mtsports.com, at Jordy Hansen on the Twitter. Great writer in the state of Montana, and we get a few at a time. We've had some great ones over the years with Scott Manch and Joe Cusick and, of course, Kurt Sinnis. But Jordan's, if he stays in Montana, he could put himself into that echelon, I believe. So, and if you want to listen to this interview again, and why wouldn't you? You can go to jasonwalkershow.com here in about an hour, and it'll be online. So there you go. All right, when we come back, we have On This Day in History, the walk-off. We're going to chat a little bit about the XFL, or lack thereof, when we return. This last segment was brought to you by our good friends at Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. During this time of uncertainty and stay-at-home orders, Dinners Done Right wants to remind you that they're still open. Just go to dinnersdoneright.com, place your order, and then pick it up for dinner that night, or plan ahead and order for the weekend. It's easy. Visit dinnersdoneright.com, register, pick your meals, then pick them up, or stop in and grab meals out of the front freezer. Dinners Done Right's taking extra precautions with extra cleanings going on with every piece of equipment and personnel. Dinners Done Right thanks you for your continued support, and may we all stay safe and healthy during this time.
I'm done with this.
Thinking about trying something new? The Montana Air National Guard has so many exciting career fields to choose from, many that can open up opportunities in your civilian life. The best part? You'll be getting paid to learn a new trade skill right here at home. What are you waiting for? Let's get you in school and get you paid. Contact Leak Fecto at 406-788-8962.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Final segment on a Monday, Jason Walker Show, inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Got a Auto Concepts Performance of the Week coming up. Also, on this day in history, and a whole lot more. You know, the NFL Draft is coming up next week, apparently, all virtually. And, there's no live sports, obviously. So the NFL Draft is all about new beginnings, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here to give you and your family jewels a new beginning. And I'm talking about the ball trimmers. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. It's the only brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and hygiene for men. There's nothing better than finding that diamond in the rough in the 5th round. Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0 will help you find that in yourself. Comes with the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. That includes hair and body wash, cologne, also the Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver, so good. And if you subscribe to Manscaped, you get a new replacement blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. How about that? And for a limited time, you get not one but 2 free gifts. The Shed Travel Bag and the Boxer Briefs, which are fantastically comfortable. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. And it's 20% off free shipping. Manscaped.com. Use the code WALKER20. Manscaped is the best when it comes to men's grooming. Get yourself try to think of a number 1 draft choice. Just get yourself, how about this? Get yourself a Dak Prescott, okay, of trimmers, the Lawnmower 3.0. There you go. Also coming up, the walk-off. There you go. So we'll get that done. Let's see, where are we at? What are we doing? Okay. So the XFL is no longer, again, filed for bankruptcy today and laid off all of its employees, suspended operations Friday, and then filed for bankruptcy today. XFL owner Vince McMahon, who's chairman and CEO of the WWE, has tried twice now to get the XFL going, and it has failed twice. The filing listed the XFL with assets and liabilities each in the range of 10 to 50 million, according to ESPN's Kevin Seifert. The St. Louis Sports Commission, 1.6 million, is the largest creditor. Darren Rovell has creditors including Bob Stoops, who's owed over $1 million. Tampa Bay Vipers coach Mark Trestman, $777,000+. Ticketmaster, over $655,000, and a whole lot more. So the XFL, bye-bye again. Not surprised. Now, would it have made it without the coronavirus outbreak? No, but there you go. All right, let's what else we wanted to chat about our guest this week. Just got confirmation. This is super cool. Gil Brandt will join us. Family friend Gil Brandt will join us Friday on the Jason Walker Show. Looking forward to chatting with him. Used to babysit for Gil and his wife, Sarah, down in, when I lived in Gateway. They lived in Big Sky. But Gil will join us to chat about next week's NFL Draft. And who knows what else we'll chat about with Gil, because he's great. We'll probably bring up fishing and who knows what else, because he's just a fun dude to chat with. So that's coming up next week, or on Friday rather. Also Thursday, author Don Wilson will join us. Chantel McCabe from the Golf Channel will join us. And tomorrow, Keith Sell will be a guest on the Jason Walker Show. The legendary Helena Legion everything. He was a GM, coach, player. I mean, he did it all for Helena Legion baseball. And Keith Sell will join us tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, on this day in history, let's get to that. How about that? Let's see. It is brought to you by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. Make sure you call ahead. Get your order, because the Motherlode is a great supporter of us. We want you to support them as well as all of our fantastic sponsors. Get the Motherlode burger, 3/4 pound burger with the best crispy bacon. And you know what they do with the Motherlode, with their burgers when they're to go? They put the bun. Well, they put all the condiments and like the lettuce and tomato and onion and all that stuff, pickles, underneath the wax paper, so the bun doesn't get soggy. How many places do that? How awesome is that? I'm telling you, it's very awesome. So today it is National Scrabble Day. It is also National Peach Cobbler Day and Thomas Jefferson Day. On this date in 1926, at the age of 38, Walter Johnson pitched his 7th opening day shutout, the big train. 1940, Cornelius Warmerdam became the first man to pole vault 15 feet. On the same date, 1940, Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. The New York Rangers beat the Maple Leafs 3-2 for a 4-2 series victory. Rangers' last cup win for the next 54 years. In 1942, on this date, at the 9th Masters, Byron Nelson won an 18-hole playoff by 1 over Ben Hogan. 1954, Hank Aaron made his debut with the Milwaukee Braves, his first game. 1963, on this date, Pete Rose would triple for his first major league hit. He would go on to have a whole lot more, 4,156 total. Also on this date in 1970, Apollo 13 would announce, and this is the correct quote, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." End quote. That's the exact phrase, not "Houston, we have a problem." Don't believe Tom Hanks. On this date in 1979, the longest doubles ping pong match would end after 101 hours. That's like 4+ days of playing ping pong. On this date in 1975, at the 39th Masters, Jack Nicklaus wins his 5th Masters title. And then in 1986, at the 50th Masters, he won his record 18th major and 6th Masters, and was 46, the oldest. On 2014, on this date, the 78th Masters, Bubba Watson would win his 2nd. Let's see, on this date in 1743, Thomas Jefferson was born. That's why it's Thomas Jefferson Day. Happy birthday to Butch Cassidy, born on this date in 1866. Also, Garry Kasparov, the world chess champ from, 85 to 96 or so, was born on this date in 1963. And happy birthday to Rick Schroeder, born on this date in 1970 in Staten Island, New York. Obviously, Silver Spoons, went on to some other stuff. But he was also in the movie Champ. And to me, it might be the greatest boxing movie ever. Cinderella Man's pretty good. Rocky IV is obviously the greatest, but The Champ is right up there. John Voight, Ricky Schroeder. I don't remember much of the last 44+ years of my life, but I do remember walking out of the movie theater in Bozeman, which is now a doggy daycare store or something, on just off the corner of 7th and Main. Used to be Blockbuster Video, too. But I remember walking out of that screaming and crying after the movie because I wanted my grandpa. For some reason, The Champ with Ricky Schroeder and John Voight made me think of my grandpa. My dad's carrying me out. I'm screaming in the parking lot, "I want my grandpa." But there you go. Little history lesson. On this day in history is brought to you by our friends at the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. Hey, by the way, get on the schedule now for all your lawn, pest, and tree needs. Nitro Green Helena, or Nitro Green wherever you live, but nitrogreenhelena.com, 443-5088. They do such a great job, and they will take care of your yard and help you take care of your yard as well. So get on the schedule now, nitrogreenhelena.com, and 443-5088. My dad just Facebooked and said, "I remember the crying. You were crying uncontrollably after The Champ." So, and I haven't seen it since. I did have it recorded, but then we got rid of cable, so I lost it. But I haven't been able to watch The Champ, Ricky Schroeder, John Voight, ever since that I can remember anyway. So there you go. All right, let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, so we had a great conversation with Jordan Hansen, 406mtsports.com, also the Missoulian.com. And if you want to replay that, you can go to jasonwalkershow.com after that. And after the show is over, we'll get it up online. Great conversation about high school athletes not having to necessarily keep up the grind, as it's called, here during this time of when are we going to get back to normal, or if ever it will be a normal. Also chatted about his article about Jay Jagielski stepping down at Missoula Sentinel. So if you want to read or hear any of that, follow him on the Twitter. Follow me at jasonwalkershow.com, and we will go from there. You can rewatch or re-listen anytime. All right, let's do... Okay, so the walk-off is brought to you by our friends at Cafe Zydeco, 625 Euclid. Call ahead, 449-7032. Get ordered and support them. Support all of our Dinner's Done Right, all of our great food sponsors, and all of our great sponsors. So there you go. We also learned that the university, or at Washington State University, the head football coach, their athletic director, the men's basketball coach, and the president all will take 5% pay cuts for the upcoming school year and forego bonuses for the academic year as well. And so, for instance, football coach Nick Rolovich, who makes $3 million, will lose $150,000. Kyle Smith, the men's basketball coach, his pay cut $70,000. So there you go. Yeah. Anyway, Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Yep, we have one. How about this? Let's go back to Thursday night.
Hell of a run, fellas. Let's get out to Montana for the first time. The Hellgate Knights. How about them? They're from Missoula. They were unbeaten. They were getting set for a state title game. They lost last year at the buzzer, by the way, by a bucket in the state title game. They heard this one was canceled. Both teams were named co-state titleists, and they decided, let's cut down the nets. Why wouldn't you? Led by 7 seniors, Brandon, Cade, Aiden, Wes, Cam, Abe, who's an Army basketball commit, and Raleigh, a Utah State commit, who's also the school's all-time leading scorer. They were undefeated 23-0. Also in Montana, from Helena, McKinley, Sloan, Ariana, and Michaela, all Honor Society students. They led their Helena Capital Bruins team to a 22-1 record, a Western AA Division tournament title. They beat the one team who beat them during the regular season in the state semis, and that, sadly, is where it all came to an end. Congrats, ladies. And congrats to the ladies of...
So that is our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, the Hellgate Knights, the Capital Girls, being mentioned on Senior Night with Scott Van Pelt last week on SportsCenter. Very cool. Very cool. Had a great show today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk with Keith Sell. He's done everything with Helena American Legion Baseball. He will join us from his home in Phoenix. Also Wednesday, Chantel McCabe from the Golf Channel, author Don Wilson on Thursday, and Gil Brandt will join us Friday here on the Jason Walker Show. Have yourself a fantastic Monday night. We'll see you tomorrow at 4. Go to jasonwalkershow.com if you missed anything.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.